back to another installment of DVR Club, the AV Club's TV recap TV show. I'm TV editor Erik Adams. Alongside me,
I'm Laura Browning, editorial manager.
And today we are talking about the third season premiere of Orphan Black, titled The Weight of This Combination. What we're talking about now are top storylines, and there's a lot of storylines to get through, but the one that sticks out to me about this episode is the sort of double impersonation that Sarah and Allison must pull in the dyad interrogation room.
Thought you were recovering from surgery.
Get your hands off me, you pig! You watch your mouth!
Obviously, Tatiana Maslany has done such an incredible job of these double impersonations. And the question that I had in this one was, why was she chosen to impersonate Rachel and Allison chosen to impersonate Sarah when they had Sarah there? So they could have just had Sarah in the interrogation room and then Allison play Rachel, because Allison would have been a much better Rachel.
It's this thing about dramatic tension there. You know, Sarah as Rachel is less believable in the same way that Allison as Sarah is less believable. So, you know, we get all riled up, but I think you're right. It is kind of a contrivance, especially in an episode that has so much going on in it, which is what brings us to our next segment, a brand new addition to DVR Club that we're calling Plot Gauntlet. We're gonna put 30 seconds on the screen here, and together, the two of us are gonna try to recount every single plot that happens in this episode, which is a lot because it's a season premiere. It's a lot to go through. It's a lot to reintroduce. The show's been off for nearly a year now, so you know we need to refresh. And immediately after watching the episode, we need to refresh now. So, Gus, if you could please put 30 seconds on the clock. Let's go.
Okay, there is Helena being kidnapped and in a box.
Yes, in a box with scorpions.
Allison's running for school trustee board.
And also Allison and Donnie are having money problems.
Right, I love Team Hendrix though.
Mrs. S gets assaulted by the mustache caster. We haven't even talked about the casters yet, but
Casters are
casters are everywhere.
Storyline. There's, oh crap.
Oh, the island of Dr. Moreau.
Island of Dr. Moreau.
Yes, Scotty, and Cosimo are starting.
Helsinki.
Helsinki. So close. All right, so what did we miss? Thank you very much, Gus.
Delphine moves up the ladder at dyad, which I'm confused on this point. I really am.
What's confusing you about it?
I'm just confused as to why she's the person. She started off as this scientist, and I feel like it's like another plot contrivance. The reason she's moving up the ladder is so that she has to sever her ties with Cosima. Cosima? I can't.
Cosima? And the other one we forgot is the introduction of Ferdinand, sort of another unexplained, shady character who I'm sure will get more explanation as the season goes on. There was a lot to sort through in this episode, but it does give us some great inanimate objects of the week. Laura, would you like to start with yours?
Sure, my inanimate object of the week is the belt. When Sarah, as Rachel, finds out what Helsinki means, and she realizes that Ferdinand knows that something's going on. She takes off his belt, and it becomes a symbol of both sort of proof that she can be Rachel and that she's still Sarah. She's really savvy. She can read people really well, so she knows that this is what Rachel would have done, is to use it as this sort of sexual play object.
It's also a nice symbol of the way that things are kind of tightening around the Lita clones.
Her arms quivering as she's pulling that belt tight.
My inanimate object is something that's going to make Laura close her ears and really just sends shivers down my spine. This show does so much with things going into body parts where they shouldn't go. And this week, it's the pencil that's in Rachel's eye. It's a leftover from the season 2 finale.
What's my name? Stop, Delphine.
It is really crucial, I think, and significant to this season to me because it has nullified one of the strongest adversaries on this show. Rachel was such a threat to her fellow Lita clones, and now because this pencil went in a way that sort of lobotomized her, she's been reduced to kind of babbling on in this hospital bed. And so now we get to know this different side of her.
It also gives her a vulnerability.
It does.
Like an actual physical vulnerability, which we unfortunately see.
Oh gosh. We can transition out of thinking about Delphine sticking her thumb in Rachel's eye into speculation corner. Laura, where do you think it's going next week?
I think that we're going to see some more of Helena next week. She is right now the only clone who is isolated from the rest. And we've gotten teased a little bit with that. And she's also, I think we'll see more of Helena because she is right now the most physical connection to the casters.
That is true. I'm looking forward to seeing Cal because I love how that actor is on every TV show. How is he going to get out of the great period of Marine and back to the strange, vague Canada that Orphan Black takes place in? We don't know yet, but we'll know next week on Orphan Black. Thank you so much for joining us again on another installment of DVR. Thanks for talking about the show with me, Laura.
Thank you, Erik.
Oh, you're welcome. We'll see you again.